This morning for you on Daybreak, we need to take you through the voting that happened on Super Tuesday.
Most credits are calculated right here in this small box and here as well. So a lot of things can be looked over.
Also, a Color 10 investigation reveals where Americans are missing out on millions of dollars in tax returns.
And how Missouri State hospitality students are getting a taste of the real world. We'll have these stories and more coming up this morning for you on Daybreak.
Welcome back into the show, and thanks for waking up with us on this Wednesday, March 4th. I'm Lauren Barnes.
And I'm Joe Morano. We are getting busy here. We've got voting in Arkansas. We got voting in Missouri next week. We got basketball, which I love so much, right?
We don't have basketball today,
Coming up on the horizon.
But I like that you're trying to get there. Yeah, we are busy.
All that to say, we also have good weather, too. And it feels like just yesterday it was frigid out there. You know what I mean? Meteorologist Lisa Rapid joins us this morning. Good morning.
Are you having flashbacks or something?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It just was so cold. It just feels like I'm so happy to break out of that.
Yeah, you know? It's really, I'd have to like double, triple check to make sure I'm right on this, but I'm pretty sure it's the first week since January that we haven't had a snow chance in there. Like we've had all these like tiny snow chances the last couple of weeks, and it might be the first one where we're like totally dry.
All right, snaps for that. Take us through it here.
Yeah, so we're starting out with just a couple of clouds this morning. We've got these temperatures in the 30s and 40s, which is about average for a start in March. It's 46 degrees in Springfield, west and northwest winds and 7 miles per hour. We've got a couple of clouds filling in from the south, and that will be the trend today, but the clouds will not squeeze out any rain at all. Temperatures are around where they were yesterday, if not a little bit warmer, by about 5 or 10 degrees. It is 46 degrees in Springfield, 46 in Monette, 47 degrees in Mountain Grove, and 43 in Fort Leonard Wood. Dry roads as we head through the afternoon. We'll have lots of sunshine out there, and we'll have A+ conditions by dismissal. Temperatures around 60, a few clouds, but still holding pretty mild. So a couple of little things that we're tracking is a couple of more clouds today. We turned cooler on Friday, but still pretty dry. That mild stretch continues, and we do have a rain chance in this 7-day. I'll show you coming up in 10 minutes.
Color 10 is your local election headquarters, and Super Tuesday has finished up in 14 states, including Arkansas. Plenty of votes cast for who people would like to see on the ballot in November.
On the GOP side of things, no surprises as President Trump won each state and is now less than 500 delegates away from winning the nomination.
Over on the Democratic side, not so straightforward, but there were two clear frontrunners that really rose above everyone else last night. Out of those 14 states, former Vice President Joe Biden has been declared the winner of 9, including Texas, while Senator Bernie Sanders has won 3. Now, 2 states are still too close to call as of this morning. One of them is Maine. The other is actually California, which has 415 delegates up for grabs.
We also want to show you a breakdown in Arkansas. Now, this is with all of the votes reported. Joe Biden has won the Democratic ballot with 41% of the vote there. Bernie Sanders follows Biden, receiving 22% of the vote, and then Michael Bloomberg with 17%. Remember, any candidate who receives more than 15% of the vote will be rewarded with pledged delegates. And for the Republicans, with almost all counties reporting, President Trump won decisively, receiving 97% of the vote. And coming up a little later in the show, we're going to have a complete breakdown on how the 5 Arkansas counties here in our viewing area voted in the Super Tuesday primary as well.
There's a focus on Missouri's primary now because it's less than a week away. Bernie Sanders supporters gathered here in Springfield to see how the Vermont senator would perform last night. Sanders actually opened a local office in downtown Springfield last week, and the group organized a watch party event at Coyotes. Vicki Kepling is running for a Missouri House seat in Springfield's District 135. She was there and says a late push against Sanders from candidates who dropped out just days ago to endorse Joe Biden seems like things are now working against Bernie.
I think the system needs to be very careful. And what I mean by that is Bernie inspires the youth. And so anytime that people work against Bernie, which has happened on several different levels, DNC, you know, the whole Bloomberg thing. But anytime that happens, anytime we squash the enthusiasm of our youth, I think it's a huge problem. So do we want people to get involved and to come out and vote, or do we want them to stay at home?
Now, Missouri is among 6 states voting in primaries coming up on March 10th. That's on Tuesday. If you go out to vote, you'll be required to choose a party to vote with.
Americans are behind last year when it comes to filing their tax returns. That's according to the IRS, as 3% fewer workers have filed so far this year compared to last. All this data coming straight from the IRS's website. So if you still need to file, listen to this first. Data from the IRS also shows families are leaving millions of dollars unclaimed. In this Color 10 investigation, I'll tell you which credits to watch out for.
A big equation.
Easy for her to say. Janelle Grimm is a regional manager at Jackson Hewitt in Springfield. Thomas Howell is a customer at one of her branches.
Tax return, the fun time of the year?
Yeah.
I'm excited.
You love it?
Oh, sure.
Don't we all?
No.
Howell, like many of us, would prefer a little help solving that tax equation.
If we have anything coming, of course, we want to be treated fairly.
But according to the IRS, collectively, taxpayers are leaving millions off their returns. And that's just from one credit. Ray Roach is an agent at H&R Block and knew which credit we were talking about.
Earned income credit is probably the #1 refundable credit. Big thing that people usually miss out on is they think that any kind of income will do it, but the terminology is earned income.
In 2016, the U.S. government paid $67 billion to 27 million workers through the Earned Income Tax Credit. Last year, 25 million people got $63 billion from it. Families with 3 kids could have missed out on thousands.
It's up to $6,557.
Data from the IRS shows Missourians are just as bad about taking advantage of the credit. 81% of Missouri workers eligible for the EIC claimed it in 2011. Since then, consistently fewer Missourians are claiming the credit, down to 78% of eligible workers in 2016. These statistics also worry some accountants that similar credits may also be overlooked.
The child tax credit will reduce my taxes by up to $2,000 per child. If I don't use it all there, then the additional child tax credit kicks in, which is refundable.
Tax overhaul under the Trump administration came with a new 1040 form.
So yeah, it went from 79 lines down to 24.
And Grimm believes it could cause some people to make mistakes because they don't see the potential credit now located on a separate worksheet.
Because when you're looking at a 1040 and you see these things, it brings to mind that maybe these are things that you need to look for.
Watch out for recent changes to the W-4 as well, which could mean you've been getting more money per paycheck and will get less back on your federal refund. Knowing his equation is now complete and shipped off to the IRS helps Howell rest easy.
That's all part of the insurance to make you feel better and sleep at night with my pillow.
You gotta have a little humor, right, when you're doing your taxes. Now, if you did qualify for a child tax credit and will be getting money back, the PATH Act held those funds until about a week ago because fraud is typically more likely on those kinds of returns. So as of February 22nd, the government has started releasing that money.
We move on this morning to some more local news. Missouri State hospitality students are getting some real-world experience before graduating.
That's right. Color 10's Nija McDonald stopped by the campus and shows us what goes into opening day operations at Carrie's Cafe. Nija?
Well, good morning, Lauren and Joe. Carrie's Cafe is a student-managed restaurant at Missouri State. Now, the students design the menu, prepare and serve the food, and even market the restaurant. It's opening week at Carrie's Cafe, a restaurant at Missouri State University run by students like MSU senior Elijah Sellers.
It's a great time to really put your foot in the door and see if you really do like the environment or not of food and beverage.
Sellers says he's the first in his family to pursue a career in hospitality.
I feel good about what I'm learning here.
He and his classmates oversee day-to-day operations at the restaurant.
There's days where we come in and it's just complete prep, just to get ready for the day that we are in operation.
Each semester, the cafe offers a different menu created by the current students.
This semester, our theme is like Trending 2020. We kind of have an emphasis on Asian culture,
which Sellers says will include items like a Thai steak sandwich. He says the hands-on experience he's receiving is invaluable.
I like being on my feet all the time, the back and forth between employee and customer, employer and employee.
Sellers' classmate Isabella Biondo says she's no stranger to this industry.
My parents had a couple Little Caesars franchises, and so I kind of got into it that way when I was really young.
She says this opportunity is
solidifying that I really want to do this for the rest of my life.
Biondo says although it's been a lot of hard work,
it's just been really cool to see how everything came together.
Both students tell me they hope their customers leave happy and full. Well, Carrie's Cafe is located on MSU's campus and is open Tuesdays and Thursdays from 11:30 in the morning until 1 p.m.
Thank you, Nija. We've got a dry start out there this morning. Temperature's not all that bad for a start in March. It's 46 degrees in Springfield. Our dry and mild stretch continues. I've got some pictures of spring peeking its head in the Ozarks. Details on that coming up next.
From Color 10 Ozarks First, Lauren Barnes, Joe Morano, and weather with meteorologist Elisa Raffa. This is Color 10 News Daybreak.